Hey, what is up everybody? It's Animac here for Anime Uproar, and ever since we got that massive twist about Luffy's Devil Fruit, everyone's been speculating about its true nature and origins. We've especially been wondering why this one fruit seems to contain so many different properties. From rubber and fire to lightning manipulation and shapeshifting. Well, I'm here to tell you that Luffy may have already consumed multiple devil fruits without even realizing it. And this is the true secret of the Nika devil fruit. It wasn't always the Nika fruit, because it actually started out as something completely different. Before we get into it, quick thank you to BLOODLINE, Heroes of LITHAS, for sponsoring this video. BLOODLINE is a card-based fantasy RPG with 3D realistic graphics that allows you to not only collect champions and build your own kingdom, but also to create the legendary heirs of your royal houses by combining the forces of various bloodlines, including orcs, lycans, demons, and dragonborn to create overpowered offspring. You can basically ship your favorite champions with each other to create new champions with the best features of both bloodlines. Sit back and enjoy the beautiful 3D realistic graphics with easy controls on a vertical screen. Customize your champions and raise heirs to the throne. And obtain the best next generation hybrid heirs. For example, you can get this epic half dragonborn, half demigod heir for free. I think that the Dragonborn, the Lycanus, and the demigods look especially cool. But every bloodline has its own unique advantages. Just level up to unlock more companions for free, and the higher intimacy your companions have, the more powerful the offspring will be. Bloodline is free to play on both Android and iOS. So download the game right now by clicking my link in the description or by scanning the QR code on screen. Use my promo code BLDHOL1 to obtain 1 champion token, 100,000 gold, and 100 diamonds right now. Finally, this video will contain One Piece manga spoilers, so please proceed with caution. You have been warned. Okay, so once it was revealed that Luffy's Gomu Gomu no Mi was not just a Paramecia devil fruit that has the properties of rubber, but rather a mythical zone devil fruit known as the Hito Hito no Mi model Nika, everyone started thinking back to all the times that Luffy's devil fruit demonstrated properties that went beyond just rubber. Even before awakening his devil fruit for the first time in 800 years, some of Luffy's attacks like Red Hawk and Red Rock clearly had the properties of fire, which isn't really related to rubber. Luffy also exhibited unusually high levels of resistance to fire, and that goes all the way back to Little Garden. You'll recall that back then Luffy was able to withstand being extremely close to a massive fire while trying to rescue his friends from Mr. Three's wax. Luffy doesn't even complain about the heat of the fire, even though Mr. 3, who is right there next to Luffy, is screaming in pain because the fire is so hot. And then he sprints away from the flame as quickly as possible. So despite the fact that Mr. 3 is literally a candle man who produces flames from his hair while using his devil fruit, Luffy still seemed to have way greater resistance to fire than he did. Then we have other details, like Luffy being able to recover very quickly after being frozen solid by Aokiji, and then there's also the incident from chapter 1002. I'm talking about the time when Big Mom hits Luffy with a lightning attack, but that doesn't affect him because he's made of rubber. That of course makes sense, but then right after that, Kaido hits Luffy with a blast breath. And Kaido is shocked to see that his flame attack doesn't seem to work on Luffy either. This part was never fully explained because the story just continued on with the big fight, and then once Luffy awakened his devil fruit, everything really kicked into high gear. Luffy's devil fruit awakening, also known as Gear 5, has been called the most ridiculous power in the world, and it essentially allows its user to become a Looney Tunes character. Luffy's hair and clothes suddenly turn white. His heartbeat transforms into the drums of liberation, and he begins laughing as his entire being is filled with joy. He now has the freedom to fight in whichever way he sees fit. He can do everything from turning into a giant and changing his shape like a cartoon character, to using his opponent's body as a jump rope, and taking control of lightning by giving it the properties of rubber. This is truly the definition of overpowered. And it is no wonder that the Nika devil fruit became synonymous with sun god Nika. The Nika Devil Fruit powers are straight up godly, and describing the power as ridiculous is not even an exaggeration. In fact, some believe that there is practically no limit to the Nika Devil Fruit's power, and that its user is only limited by his own imagination. It seems clear that the original Joy Boy from 800 years ago was himself a user of the Nika Devil Fruit. And apparently, the fruit had not awakened to its true power ever since the time of Joy Boy. Luffy is the first person to awaken it in 8 full centuries. And until it awakens, the Nika fruit only gives its user the properties of rubber, which is why it was referred to as the Gomu Gomu no Mi by the world government. They did not want anyone to associate this fruit with Joy Boy or Sun God Nika, and since the fruit hadn't awakened in so long, they just passed it off as a completely different and much less powerful fruit. That said, the world government did attempt to retrieve the Nika fruit on multiple occasions, but they failed every single time, leading the Gorosei to conclude that the Nika Devil Fruit has a will of its own and that it is actively avoiding capture by the world government. Now the real question is this: how did the Nika fruit become so insanely strong and overpowered compared to the vast majority of other devil fruits? So much so that its power is known as the most ridiculous power in history. There are some interesting theories on this subject, including the theory that Nika is one of the several extremely rare god-type devil fruits. As this theory goes, there are a handful of devil fruits out there which stand above all others in terms of both rarity and power, and Nika is one of them. Nika is associated with the sun god. And back in Skypiea, we saw that the people there worshipped the god of the sun, the god of the rain, the god of the forest, and the god of the earth. This has led to speculation that Nika could be one of 4 or even more god-type devil fruits. And so this is the true origin of Nika's awesome power. This theory has been referenced by a lot of people, including multiple YouTubers. I recall seeing 333 talking about it and then ABD after him, and I'm sure that many others have discussed it as well. According to this theory, Dragon may already have the Rain God Devil Fruit, which allows him to control the weather. Green Bull might have the Forest God Devil Fruit, which allows him to become a forest. And Imu-sama may possess the Earth God Devil Fruit, which is why Im was shown spending time in a garden. There is also the possibility that Blackbeard's Devil Fruit, the Yami Yami no Mi, is a 5th godly Devil Fruit whose true nature is yet to be revealed. Although this is a compelling theory, Green Bull's recent performance in Wano drove a bit of a wrench into the theory that he has an incredibly overpowered godly Devil Fruit. And as I was reading through some of your comments on my previous One Piece videos, which is something that I do often because a lot of your comments are absolute fire and they even end up inspiring future videos that I make, I came across this extremely interesting comment from a user called I'm a Towel. And yeah, if you're wondering what Towley from South Park is doing now, he's theorizing about One Piece apparently. Anyway, my boy Towley asks a fascinating question. Since Blackbeard was somehow able to consume 2 different devil fruits and is now able to use both of their unique powers at the same time, does this mean that these 2 devil fruits are now connected forever? When Blackbeard eventually dies, will the Yami Yami no Mi and the Gura Gura no Mi be reincarnated as 2 separate fruits? Or does the fact that they were connected within a single person mean that they will now be reincarnated as a single devil fruit that possesses the properties of both? When I first read this comment, I thought it was a really interesting question and then I moved on. But the more I thought about it, the more I kept coming back to Luffy's devil fruit and its ability to merge so many different properties within a single fruit. Since Blackbeard was able to consume 2 devil fruits at once, it's possible that someone else was able to do the same at some point in the past. So, what if the Hito Hito no Mi model Nika actually started out as multiple completely different devil fruits, but they all eventually merged into one single overpowered devil fruit after they were consumed by a single person, the legendary Joy Boy. After Joy Boy died, these different devil fruits reincarnated as a single devil fruit, the godly fruit that we know today as Nika. And so the rubber aspect of Luffy's power may have come from one devil fruit, the fire aspect may have come from a different devil fruit, the ability to change the color of his hair and to wildly change the size of his body may come from yet another devil fruit whose original powers may have involved some form of shape-shifting, and so on. All these different devil fruits may not have been super rare on their own, but once all these powers were combined inside a single person, the original Joy Boy, they created the godly devil fruit Nika that was eventually passed down to Luffy. This means that Luffy may have already consumed multiple devil fruits without even realizing it, because the Hito Hito no Mi model Nika is already a fusion of several distinct devil fruits that came together in order to create the most ridiculous power in the world. The so-called God-type devil fruits do exist, but they didn't appear by chance. Instead, they were deliberately created by those who are able to consume the power of more than one devil fruit at the same time, just like we saw Blackbeard do in the modern era. After these individuals died, the God-type devil fruits were born. This means that there could be more God-type devil fruits out there that we are yet to encounter. And it also means that Blackbeard has just created another one himself by merging the Yami Yami no Mi and the Gura Gura no Mi. He may also consume yet more devil fruits in the future, which could make the power of his godly devil fruit even more ridiculous than the Nika devil fruit. So what do you guys think? When a person is able to consume 2 or more devil fruits at once, like Blackbeard was somehow able to do these fruits eventually reincarnate as a single overpowered devil fruit? Furthermore, could this very process explain the unique properties of the Nika fruit, and why it seems to include such vastly different powers and properties within a single devil fruit? Finally, is Blackbeard currently in the process of creating another godly devil fruit, one that could rival even Nika itself? Are we about to witness the final showdown between 2 godly devil fruit users, Luffy and Blackbeard? The 2 most ridiculous powers in the world coming together for the ultimate battle to the death, a battle that will rock the entire world of One Piece. Don't forget to leave your thoughts down in the comments below. And yes, I clearly do read your comments because they sometimes inspire entire videos like this one. If you guys enjoyed this video and you want to see more in the future, leave a quick like. It only takes you a second, but it helps me out a lot. And if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell to turn on all notifications. It is a completely free but very important way of directly supporting the channel. You can also hit me up on Twitter and Instagram at AnimeUproar. Thanks again to BLOODLINE, Heroes of Lithas, for sponsoring this video. Check them out right now, link in the description. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, see ya, Space Cowboys.